Hello and welcome to By Humbug Plays Yo-Jin-Bo. What does that mean? I actually have absolutely no idea. I believe it has something to do with bodyguards and she gets sent back in time. I really don't know, but I was just really in the mood to play an Otome game, and this is one that I ran across, so we're going to give this a try. Hopefully it will work. Well, here we go. Start. Summer's beginning. I'm sorry, this music. What is with that? Chirp, chirp. Cicadas sound nothing like that, really. They sound more like a whir. Anyway, in case you hadn't figured this out, I'm not going to take this completely seriously because I don't really think Otome games should be taken entirely seriously. I mean, they seem to be mostly ridiculous. Any kind of dating game is like that. Anyway, chirp, chirp. Just listening to those cicadas was enough to make me sweat. It looked like today was going to be another hot day. Well, everybody said it would be a hot summer, but I just couldn't stand this heat every day. And they didn't talk about anything except a nationwide water shortage on the news. Thankfully, we don't have a water shortage in my area. But, yeah, I can't take the heat either. It was the same here as it was everywhere else. You could actually see how much the water level had fallen in the lake. Everybody was worried, so I guess it was natural that they were making a fuss. But the water still came out when you turned on the faucet, so the whole thing didn't feel real. Yeah. I'm sorry, this protagonist is just gonna be ditzy, I can tell. Anyway, I had something more important to worry about. It's all because of the drought, she says with a smile. Do you see that smile? The level of the lake had fallen enough that The level of the lake had fallen enough that archaeological ruins that were supposed to be hidden underwater had started to appear. There was supposed to be some romantic legend about these ruins, wasn't there? A story about a princess or something? There always is. Let's see, how did it end? I'd heard the story when I was little, but now I'd completely forgotten it. But still, it would be exciting to stand in the same place where a legend began. Which is how I ended up deciding to join the excavation in the ruins, even in this heat. I had joined the history club because a friend invited me. I liked reading books, so it was fun to look stuff up. But I was usually shut up indoors, so I wasn't used to the terrible heat. It was just too much. You are very brave for even attempting that. I can't do heat. I wished our club president had been considerate enough to schedule this in the early morning or the evening, where it would at least have been a bit cooler. How's your club president of this high school I assume it's high school, in charge of, archaeological digs, where you might find important archaeological objects that people could potentially pawn off, like on eBay or something? But, okay. Oh, good lord, that's loud. All members of the history club, please meet up at the public park in the castle grounds. What? Oh, yes. Sayori, you're slow. I probably won't, of course, keep reading this, but yeah, the ones that are voiced, I'm just gonna give you enough time to read and then click through. Gotta hurry. This place had been underwater for so long that it was really difficult to walk. My shoes were getting all muddy. I should have worn some shoes I didn't mind getting dirty. Hey, wait up! I started to run as fast as I could, and then it happened. I tripped on something under my feet and stumbled wildly. Ah! I waved my hands around, but it was too late. There was nothing for me to grab a hold of. Kya! That was the Japanese laughs. The view in front of me spun before my eyes. Thud. Ow! Ow! Not only was I covered in mud, I had landed hard on my rear end. Oh no, not the butt! What luck!
何やってんの？先行くよ。
Wait! Wait! I was going to get left behind. Sparkle. Okay, sparkle. Huh? What's that? Did I just see something glittering on the ground? Maybe it was a shard of glass. That was close. I was lucky I didn't get cut. For some reason, my interest had been piqued, and I looked more closely at the place under my feet where I had tripped. Ooh, it's pretty. Is that a stone? It was half buried in the mud, but it somehow caught the strong high noon sun. It glinted a strange green. Had I seen this stone before? This feeling. Somehow it was as if my heart was hurting. Pick it up. Yes, I did read that this game has time decisions, and I'm very bad at time decisions, so we'll see how that goes. I stretched out my hand and picked it up. My fingers were coated in mud, but I didn't care. I noticed there was a chain attached to the stone, and that it was very heavy, like it might fall off without someone noticing. What? Just because the chain is heavy, it might fall off without someone noticing? Okay. A pendant? It did look like the antique pendants I'd seen before in museums. The stone was surrounded by beautiful decoration. I wondered who it belonged to. There was no way the owner's name would be written on it, right?
Oi, Sayori! 遅いぞ! 怪我でもしたの? 大丈夫?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm coming right now. But still, it bothered me. Whatever it was that I had just picked up was all dirty. I tried rubbing it on my skirt, and slowly the stone appeared from under the caked-on mud. I held it up to the sun. That vibrant green. Could this possibly be jade? Why don't you just steal it from the archaeological site and find out? Jade. My mind was about to fly off on some wild fantasy. Because it's jade? There's jade everywhere. What are you talking about? Well, not literally everywhere, I'm sorry. It's not that uncommon. A gem long untouched by human hands, waiting in these ruins. The idea was weirdly romantic. You acknowledged the fact that it's been there in the ruins, untouched by human hands, and you didn't take it to somebody that's in charge of this archaeological dig. I'm so sorry. What is wrong with you?
Sayori, もういい加減にしなさい.
Eek! I shook myself and looked up frantically, only to see the club president standing with her hands on her hips, looking as fierce as the temple guardian statue. I don't even know if it's a temple guardian statue. It was pretty scary. I grasped the pendant tightly and hurried to stand up. I'm sorry. I guess I was... I can't speak. I guess I was spacing out a little. Excuse me. It's sounding a bit strange. I don't know how to fix it. Okay, listen. What's going on now? Who are you?
暑いんだからしょうがないけど、そんなとこで座ってたら頭がカラカラになっちゃうぞ。ん？それ何？
This is, well, it's nothing. It's just something that I stole from the archaeological site.
そう？しっかりしてね。
Sorry, right. It wasn't that I meant to hide it or anything. I just wanted to investigate a little bit more. And, you know, I might be a slight kleptomaniac. I mean, I might take some makeup and some candy from the stores occasionally. But, I mean, that doesn't hurt anybody, right? No problem if I handed it over to the club president later, right? Perhaps I had been drawn in from the moment I saw the light sparkling off it. If it weren't for that coincidence, it might have never been touched by human hands again. Maybe it had made me trip because it wanted somebody to find it, like serendipity or something.
うわあ、スカート泥だらけだよ。かわいそう。
Huh? When I held up the back of my skirt and looked at it, it was indeed a terrible condition. In terrible condition. Ah, unbelievable.
まあ、暑いからすぐに乾くでしょ。叩けば落ちるよ。
I guess so. I don't think mud works like that. It's gonna stain. It will definitely stain until she, gets it washed out.
それより、ほらほら早く行こう。もたもたしてると、また部長に怒られちゃうぞ。
Yeah. Once again gripping the pendant tightly, I followed closely behind everybody else. Dot dot dot. Dot dot. Sudden time change. Wow, I'm tired. We've really been walking all day. We ended up searching until evening, working by the light of sunset. Sheesh! Was this the history club or the hiking club? The president is a monster. She said with a smile. Did you see that? With the president this enthusiastic, the rest of the club suffered. I hadn't done this much walking since my middle school hiking trips, and frankly, I never wanted to walk that far again. Even though I took a long bath, my feet didn't stop aching, and my sunburned face and arms were throbbing. Shoulda worn sunscreen! Ow, that was the last time I go out with sunscreen. I told you! Now, I'm rather pale, and I sunburn extremely easily, plus I have freckles, so, if I go out in the sun, my freckles are gonna get darker. I don't like my freckles. I mean, yeah, people say they're cute, and they mean I don't know. Yeah, they're cute, but I don't want them to be, really dark. Because, I don't know, it makes me personally look weird. I was going to blame the club president if I got a farmer's tan. It's not his fault you didn't put on sunscreen, or her fault. I just hoped that my skin wouldn't peel, and my shirt was a mess too. What a day. Worrying about my probably sun-damaged hair. Just everything sun-damaged there. I blew my hair dry and fell into bed, where I dozed lightly. I'm exhausted. I thought you were dozing. Why are you saying you're exhausted with a smile on your face? This is just gonna kill me throughout the whole thing. I was so sleepy, the fatigue overcame me all at once. But still, I wanted to take one more look at the pendant, because it's my precious. Shaking off the drowsiness, I wrapped myself in a towel and picked it up. What? Were you laying in bed, naked or something? When I'd taken my bath earlier, I brought it in with me. What? You're even bathing with this gem you found? So the dirt had been all cleared off. For some reason, pouring hot water over it and washing it carefully had been sort of fun. You are weird! As I rinsed it little by little, the pendant had begun to regain what must have been its original shine. When I held it up to the light, it seemed as if a soft green glow... What? A soft green glow was emanating from the translucent stone. So pretty. Maybe it was jade after all. If it was, then I felt sorry for whoever dropped it. Jade was supposed to be pretty expensive. But I'd read in a magazine that there was lots of fake jade out there too. Or maybe I was just wrong and it was some other kind of stone. Maybe it was just plain glass. Was the chain silver? I thought so. I'm really obsessing over this stone, aren't I? But I really can't help it. It's just so pretty. But it was odd. It had been buried in the mud for so long, and it didn't look rusted at all. It just sparkled softly. A friend of mine who really loved silver had told me that it was difficult to take care of because it scratched so easily. It also tarnishes fairly easily, I believe. I don't know, I don't have much jewelry. The stone overflowing with rich light that brightly... The stone overflowing with rich light and the brightly shining silver ornaments. I bet it's something really expensive. Which is why I'm so glad I stole it. Look at my smile, I'm so proud of myself. Oh boy, what should I do? Maybe I shouldn't have just walked off with it after all. Now I was really starting to worry. I mean, come on, like you said earlier, you've stolen random things, you've stolen candy and makeup and stuff from those stores. What's this? What does this matter? You've stolen this important archaeological artifact from this site. It doesn't matter, just roll with it, just go with the flow, girl. But still, it had been in the middle of the lake. Even if I told somebody about it, I doubted the owner would turn up. No, that's just me being selfish. I say it with a smile again. I'll bring it to the police station tomorrow. And until tomorrow, I had to take good care of it. I wondered if it would be okay to put it on for a bit. Because I would look so beautiful with this on. If my mother saw it, she might notice and wonder where I got something so expensive. It was no good. The more I thought, the sleepier I got. It was almost ready to pass out. It was time for bed. Clutching the pendant, I plopped my head down on the pillow. Yawn. That was a real yawn. It's late here. Tomorrow, I had to go back to the ruins too. Alright, let's get some sleep. Good night. I briefly hoped for good dreams. Dot dot dot.
わらわの思いを胸を
Huh? What?
どうか助けて
What? A voice? I could hear somebody's voice. Is somebody there? Whoa. When I woke up, my room was bathed in green light. What is this? The green light spread throughout the room. It's a dream! Isn't it a dream? There's no way this could be real. Definitely a dream. I was asleep and deep in REM. REM sleep. I was so tired that I was having a strange dream. That was it. That was definitely it. What? I always felt weird the night after a long hike. No way. Why was the room so full of light? And what was... Why was there a girl floating in thin air?
助けて
Ah! I'm sorry. Ah! I shut my eyes tightly. 1 sheep, 2 sheep, 3 sheep, 4. When I got up to 20 sheep, ignoring this poor ghost girl. When I got up to 20 sheep, I made myself open my eyes, hoping the dream had stopped. Ah! The sheep died What? Poor sheep! What did you do to them? The sheep died horrible deaths. My room was definitely still full of green light, and there was definitely still a girl floating in the middle of that light. I had no idea who she was. I'd never laid eyes on her, but she was wearing that pendant around her neck and the light was coming out of it. No way! Maybe she was a ghost haunting the pendant? The ghost of a suicide victim or something? You got an imagination. What was I going to do? I'm sorry. That was very bad. I'll give it back. I didn't mean to steal it. No, wait, maybe I did. Okay, I'm sorry. So please don't kill me or anything. Just please forgive me. What an idiot I had been, taking the pendant because I thought it was pretty. Now I was probably cursed and doomed to turn into a restless spirit and wander the earth. And oh my God, what am I gonna do? No, that was not my life plan.
どうかわらわを助けておくれ
Ah! She was coming closer. Apparently, I had to do more than just apologize. Think. A sutra. I should chant a sutra. What was the sutra again? The girl was stretching her hand out towards me. Oh, what was I going to do if she touched me? That would be creepy, and I would get all cold, and I'd probably, freeze and start shivering and stuff because she's a ghost, and that's what ghosts do. But there was no place to run. Ah! She stretched out her hand. It looked like she was begging for something. You'd think? She's been saying please and help me this whole time. I was scared, unbelievably scared, but somehow I knew she was sad, and her sadness made my heart ache. Okay. I wonder what happens if you don't. I mean, do you just go back to being a normal girl and never go to some other world or whatever? I don't know. If you look closely, you can see that the girl was about my age. If that was the case, why had she died? Was she asking me to do something? Was she so sad? I mean, why was she so sad? I grasped the girl's hand as firmly as I could. For a moment, I thought I could almost feel her long fingers touching mine. That instant. Huh? Even though my eyes were closed, my field of vision expanded rapidly. There were people wearing armor, people wielding swords, people riding horses, people rushing forward and screaming, people running around, hurrying back and forth, people crouching down. I'm sorry, I just imagined, the band halftime shows where you have so many people just walking around randomly in uniforms. What if that was that? And they were just dress army uniforms, and they were just doing some kind of drills. Most of them looked like samurai. Some of them looked like they might be ninjas. It was almost like I was watching the battle scene of a period drama. What was this? There were lots of people trying to find someone, and that guy with the big shiny sword was trying to do something to the other person. What? And the person with the big shiny sword was trying to do something to the other person. What could he be doing with the big sword to another person? Maybe just tapping them with it, or just showing them. It's like show and tell. Here's my sword. What did you bring in today? When I realized what it was, I began to shiver uncontrollably. Please don't let them find me. Wait, me? Why would they be after me? Cat. There's a cat. He's curious as to why I'm talking to myself. He just keeps looking at me and trying to get in my lap, but I don't. Anyway. I watched a girl emerge from a large cave into a ring of samurai who gathered around her. The lone samurai, standing in the middle, brought a sword down on her. No! Stop! I screamed this without thinking. Don't kill me, I thought. Please don't kill me. The moment I screamed, the sparkle of green light became even more intense, and it swelled to envelop me. Everything blurred before my eyes. I was about to pass out. Slowly, I was being guided to some place very far away, some deep, distant place, as if something, or somebody was calling me there. Summer's beginning, to be continued.